Do you want to know how to grow a Pinterest account from scratch? Did you just start a new account and you're looking for the fastest and easiest way to take your brand new account from maybe 0 views up into the hundreds of thousands and even into the millions? You can do it. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a simple strategy that you can implement to grow any Pinterest account from scratch. I'll be sharing with you best practices and strategies that actually work right now. So hey there, it's Natalie Bardo, your Pinterest coach here. And if you love Pinterest marketing tips, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so full disclosure, these are the strategies that I use to grow my own account as well as several other accounts. I teach my students this exact method inside my course, PinPopular, where I break down the 3 simple steps to getting more traffic, subscribers, and sales with Pinterest. Link down below if you're interested in that. This is how I would do it if I'm starting right now, and I really encourage you to do the same. So I'm breaking down how to grow your Pinterest account from scratch into 7 simple steps. So follow along with me. So up first, of course, you need to go and create a Pinterest business account. If you're promoting anything, whether it's your blog, your brand, or your business, maybe you sell products or write blog posts. Either way, if your intention is to use Pinterest professionally as a business, you need to create or convert your existing account into a business account. So it's really easy. I'll put links down below. You can create or convert. A popular question I get asked a lot is, should I keep my existing account if I started a new blog, for example, or should I open a new one? I would say the #1 reason to keep your existing account and convert it to a business account is that you have a lot of followers. That's an edge. So why not start from a higher place than from 0 with a brand new account, okay? So of course, you're gonna also make sure that you claim your domain, whether it's a WordPress site, Squarespace, Wix, whatever you're using. You definitely wanna claim that domain so that your pins that you link to your site will show up in your analytics. And speaking of analytics, you need a business account to get access to Pinterest analytics, which is going to be one of our important steps. So go ahead and do that, and be sure to also set up rich pins. So these are our basic steps. We are going to get started by creating that business account. So step 2 is actually to do keyword research. Pinterest is a search engine. A lot of people lose sight of that, which is why we're starting by doing our keyword research. So that simply means we are doing some homework. We're looking to see what are the top relevant keywords for our content that we'll be creating or the products we'll be selling that we should be using in our pin descriptions or pin titles, our boards, on our profile. What are our competitors doing? What terms and words are they using? So the purpose of our keyword research is also to get to know who our audience is. Who are they? What terms are they searching for? What content are they looking to consume? What are they purchasing? I also encourage you to check out your competitors. So you can simply just use the Pinterest search bar, type right in there, start searching for those keywords. So if you're in beauty, start entering words like beauty routine, like makeup, like skincare products, like hair products, like whatever it is you want to write or be the expert on, whatever type of products you're creating. So if you're a lifestyle brand, start typing in those words. If you're in travel, what are some of the destinations that you're going to be covering? You want to make sure you're understanding the landscape, understanding your audience, as well as your competition, and finding out what are people actually searching for. Because since Pinterest is a search engine, the only way that you can massively grow a new Pinterest account from scratch is to ensure that there is an audience and that your audience is able to find you because you're using the right terminology that they themselves are typing into the search bar. That's how you get discovered. So if you want to know if you're one of the top 10 niches on Pinterest, be sure to click right here and check out this video. I break it down for you. Okay, so once you've done your keyword research, we're moving on to step 3, which is to create content strategically. So no matter what you're creating, whether it's a product, a podcast, a blog post episode, or even a YouTube video, you want to make sure that you're creating it strategically. To be successful on Pinterest, you need multiple links. So you can't just have one link to your homepage. You need to be creating content and creating new links to share. So remember when we did our keyword research, now it's time for you to create the answer to those queries. People are searching for this content. So start creating content that directly answers and addresses those main keywords. This is how you build up your profile and establish yourself as the go-to expert in your field. Okay, so when we're creating content strategically, there's a few ways you can go about it. So number one is to answer top questions. Who is your audience? What are they asking? What are they searching for? What are the answers that you have? So I would write down the top 10 questions and create content on that. Whether you're creating blog posts, podcasts, or videos or products, start creating content that answers those top questions. You want to make sure that your content also addresses major pain points of your audience. So for example, if you're a parenting expert, maybe your ideal audience is struggling with bedtime, struggling to teach their children how to go to bed on time, get good sleep, bedtime routines, or even sleep training kids. So you're going to strategically create content that helps them, okay? Addresses their pain points. That's what they're looking for answers to. I also encourage you to consider creating a seasonal content strategy. So with seasonal content, you're able to predict and figure out what is it that your audience is looking for in the next season. So you always got to get started early. So whether it's fall, winter, summer, or spring, or it's around the holidays, spring break, whatever type of year, the new year, people have different problems and they're looking for different answers. So by using a seasonal content strategy, you predict what those needs are and you start creating content based on those search queries, as opposed to an evergreen content strategy, which we don't really get a lot of search volume. It's steady, but if you want to grow fast on Pinterest, seasonal content is the way to do it. So be sure to click down below and get my seasonal Pinterest planner if you need help getting started with seasonal content. I also encourage you to check out audience insights. So all you have to do is click on analytics and then drop down to audience insights. And in this tab, you're able to see not only what the top categories, which is what Pinterest called niches on Pinterest are, but you're able to see what the top topics are. So another strategy that you can do for your content creation is targeting these specific keywords with higher search volume, higher interest. That's going to help you grow your account fast from scratch. Okay, so you know your keywords, you're starting to create your content. Now it's time to get pinning, also known as starting to save images and videos to Pinterest that link to your content so that you can grow your traffic, make more sales, get more email subscribers. That's how Pinterest works. So number 4 is you want to make sure you design multiple pins per post, per piece of content. So if you create a new piece of content, whether that's a product or a blog post, I encourage you to design at least 5 pins for that content. The key point here is to make sure that each pin is different and distinct. We don't want them to look all exactly the same. Stick within your branding, but you want to make sure that each has their own individual identity. Make them different, design at least 5, if not more. So for example, if you only have a limited amount of content, maybe you've only created 5 blog posts, you only have 3 or 4 products, then I encourage you to design even more pins. Go for 10. So once we batch design our pins, then we're able to schedule them out and have it seem like we have a lot more content than we do. So start creating multiple pins and don't just design one style of pin. To grow your Pinterest account from scratch, you need to design standard pins, video pins, idea pins. If you are a product business, you might also want to consider carousel pins. So make sure you're taking advantage of all the different forms that Pinterest is pushing, right? And it's all about having a variety because you really don't know what's going to connect with your audience. That's why we're designing so many pins in different styles to figure out what is registering, what's working. This is a big part of growing a Pinterest account from scratch because you don't have a record of what actually works for your account. So especially if you're getting started from scratch and you're learning as you go, it's really all about experimentation. So once you've designed your pins, I really encourage you to use a free tool like Canva. You can buy Pinterest pin templates. You can use the free ones in there, but you always want to customize them to your own branding. So up next, number 5 to growing an account from scratch is you need to pin consistently. So I'm not just talking about making sure you pin a couple times and, oh, Pinterest is going to take off. You need to consistently pin a few times every single day. So yes, if you're starting from scratch and maybe you don't have a lot of content, start with at least one brand new pin every single day. But I encourage you, the faster you want to grow your account, you want to start creating at least 2, 3, or 4 pins a day. This could speed up the process for you. But we want to make sure that when we're consistently pinning, remember we designed a whole bunch of pins. Don't just take one link and share that every single day. You want to make sure you're spacing out your pins and just to make sure you have a consistent flow, right? So space out your pins. Don't just pin the same link over and over again, but mix it up and use a variety of content. So you're able to do this consistently and not miss any days if you use a scheduler like Tailwind. Tailwind enables you to schedule your content way in advance beyond the 2 weeks that you're able to do just on the Pinterest website. So click down below if you want to start your free forever Tailwind account that's going to enable you to schedule out your pins so that you can be consistent. Because the truth of the matter is growing a Pinterest account from scratch requires you to be consistent for a long amount of time. Pinterest is a long-term game. You're not going to see gains within a couple of weeks or a couple of months. You've got to consistently go for it. Within 4 to 6 months, you should start seeing growth, but you've got to start laying the seeds, and that starts by pinning consistently. So step 6 to growing your Pinterest account from scratch is to boost your pins and your profile. So what do I mean by that? In order to have your pins be found on Pinterest, for your account to grow fast and for you to gain lots of followers, lots of clicks to your website, you need to boost your pins outside of the platform. So I encourage you to, 1, join Tailwind communities. It's a great way to get more saves of your pin. So you're going to boost your pins and your profile by increasing engagement. And Pinterest measures engagement in terms of clicks on your pin, clicks to your website, how long someone stays on your website. So for example, they stay for longer than 30 seconds, as well as if someone leaves a comment, leaves a reaction, or if that person saves your pin to their profile. So we want to boost this engagement. Like I mentioned, Tailwind communities is a great way to do that, but there are other ways that you can do that as well. I have a whole video right here if you want to learn about all those strategies. But for example, you could also promote your Pinterest profile in your email footer. You can share it on your other platforms, invite your other audiences. So you want to do the best that you can to boost engagement on your pins and your profile. It's important. And of course, you also want to make sure you have your pins in your content. So whether you have a blog, you want to make sure that you have hover buttons, you have a sidebar that shows the ability to save those pins. So I actually have a whole video right here about how to add the hover over button to your website. So check that out if you need help with that. Okay, so our final step for growing your Pinterest account from scratch at super speed is to use analytics to level up. So remember, you have a Pinterest business account, and this gives you access to Pinterest analytics. You are going to use your analytics to discover a few things. And it really boils down to figuring out what's actually working. So you're going to be able to find your best pins, your best content, your best designs, the best time to pin, what's actually working, what peaks in interest, where do you have giant spikes in your traffic? So once you know what works, you're able to triple down on that and increase the speed at which you grow your account. So this is how you get from the high hundreds of thousands into the millions of views. I make use of all the steps that I shared with you today to grow my current account, and I'm going to be using them to grow my brand new account. And I encourage you to follow along, employ these strategies. Analytics are a very important part of growing your Pinterest account. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed or you're looking for a click-by-click guide to implementing all the steps I just shared with you in this video and a whole bunch of more secrets, you're going to want to click down below and check out my course, Pinterest Popular. Within my 3-step program, I share with you exactly how to set up, start, and scale your Pinterest account so that you can make more sales, get more subscribers, and grow your traffic. Link down below, and I've applied a coupon code for you. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I really love being your Pinterest coach. And stick around, you're going to find this video helpful. So bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video and hopefully inside my course.